Hi, I'm Allison with Allison Dunlap Coaching, and welcome to Tips from a World Champion. Today I want to talk to you about power meters. Over my 22 some odd years of racing, I trained with heart rate for probably 90% of my career. This year, in my comeback to race cyclocross, I have switched and started using a power meter, and I think it is one of the best things I've done for my racing. Power meters are just that. They measure power, and there's lots of different kinds out there. I have SRM, which measures power at the bottom bracket and the crank. There's other companies that measure power from the rear hub. Depending on your budget and what you want to do with power, that would determine which brand you're going to get. Why would you train with power versus heart rate? Heart rate is great. It works fairly well for the most part. It can be a very valuable training tool. The trouble with heart rate is there's a lot of fluctuation. You can go out on a training ride, and if it's 100 degrees out and you're dehydrated, your heart rate's going to be different than if you went out when it was 30 degrees out and you were fully hydrated and had a full stomach of carbohydrates. Heart rate can also change based on fatigue. So if you go out and do intervals on Monday, and then you go out again on Tuesday, and then you go out again on Wednesday, your heart rate on Wednesday is going to be significantly lower than what it was on Monday for the same amount of effort. I know when I went out training and I was tired, I would be very frustrated looking at my heart rate because I could swear that I was going as hard as I possibly could, but my heart rate was saying that I wasn't. With power, however, when you're pushing the watts, you're pushing the watts, and it doesn't matter what the temperature is, if the sun is shining, if it's that time of the month, if the moon is out. Power is going to be power no matter what. So if you go out and you're fatigued and you're pushing 200 watts, you know for certain that that's what you're doing. It's 200 watts. It doesn't matter what your heart rate says. So it takes a lot of the guesswork out. It's very black and white, which I like. Tells you exactly what you're doing on the bike. The drawback is it is expensive. Power meters are not cheap. So, you know, based on what you can afford, you know, if power is something you're interested in, I highly recommend it. So the biggest drawback with power is it is more expensive. You can get a basic heart rate monitor for under $100. Power, I think the cheapest ones on the market are, you know, at least $500. The one I have, the SRM, you're looking at $2,500 to $3,000. So, you know, figure out what your budget is. If you can afford to work with power, I highly recommend it. It takes a lot of the guesswork out of training. It's very cut and dry, and you know exactly what you're doing on the bike, which for a lot of us is a great thing. So enjoy, good luck, happy training, and I'm off to do intervals.